People want the shine, but they don't want the strain. They want the favor, but they're not ready for the fight that comes with it. See, we have glamorized the idea of glory. We've made it look easy, effortless, and elegant. But the truth is real glory carries weight. Real purpose presses down on you. It doesn't just elevate you. It tests you. It stretches you. It breaks off the things that can't go with you. And if you're not prepared, the very thing you asked for will crush you. That's why so many people pray for more, but can't handle the pressure when it comes. Because glory is not just a gift, it's a load. And you've got to be built strong enough to carry it. What you're praying for isn't just a blessing, it's a burden wrapped in responsibility. You want the platform, but can you handle the criticism? You want the title, but can you deal with the expectations? You want the influence, but are you willing to be held accountable? Because every ounce of glory comes with a price, and it's not paid in comfort. It's paid in commitment. It's paid in consistency. It's paid in the quiet moments when nobody's watching, but you're still showing up, still believing, still pushing, still doing the work. The spotlight will never sustain what hasn't been forged in the dark. That's why it's not enough to just want the glory. You have to be prepared for the weight of it. It will press on your mind. It will challenge your emotions. It will shake your relationships. It will demand your growth. And it will confront every ounce of insecurity you've buried deep down inside. Because when glory shows up, it exposes what's real. It doesn't tolerate the shallow. It doesn't accept the surface. It reveals what's solid and what's shaky. And if you're not rooted, if you're not anchored, you'll buckle under what you begged for. You see, glory doesn't just bring celebration, it brings confrontation. And the first person you'll have to confront is yourself. You'll have to face your fears, your doubts, your wounds, your history. Because the weight of glory will press all of that to the surface. But don't fear the pressure. Don't run from the weight. It's proof that you're carrying something greater than you. It's evidence that you've been chosen for something bigger, and if God trusted you with it, He's already put in you what it takes to bear it. So don't despise the weight, embrace it, let it shape you, let it strengthen you, because in that weight, under that pressure, your power is being formed and your destiny is being forged. You want to wear the crown, but can you carry the cross? You want the reward, but are you willing to walk through the wilderness? See, we've become so conditioned to comfort that we forget the path to glory is not paved with ease. It's carved through adversity. There is no elevation without pain, no promotion without pressure, no resurrection without crucifixion. You don't get to the promise without passing through the suffering. That's the part people don't want to talk about. That's the part they want to skip over. But if you're going to carry glory, you have to understand that suffering is not punishment, it's preparation. Pain has a way of producing something in you that ease never could. It digs deep. It chisels. It refines. It reveals what's inside of you that you didn't even know was there. Some of your greatest strength will only show up in your weakest moments. Some of your deepest wisdom will only come from your darkest valleys. You learn how to stand when you've been knocked down. You learn how to fight when life has you cornered. You discover who you are when everything you leaned on falls apart. Don't curse the suffering. It's doing more for you than you think. The fire isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to purify you. It burns away what's not real. It exposes what's fragile. It strengthens what's eternal. Every tear you cried, every night you stayed awake wondering if you were going to make it, every time you felt alone and misunderstood, it was shaping you. It was teaching you how to depend not on your own strength, but on something greater. You thought it was breaking you, but it was actually building you. We live in a world that tries to numb the pain, avoid the suffering, and bypass the struggle. But nothing great comes without cost. Nothing powerful is born without labor. The greater the purpose, the greater the process. If you're going through something right now, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. That pain has purpose. That suffering has meaning. You're not going through it for nothing. You're going through it because something is being birthed in you. Something is being unlocked in you. Something is being prepared for you that you cannot yet see. So walk through the fire. Endure the pressure. Stand in the storm, because when the dust settles, when the battle is over, when the tears have dried, you will not come out empty. You will come out with a glory that shines from within, a strength that cannot be shaken, and a testimony that can set others free. The suffering was never to stop you, it was sent to shape you. You're not being destroyed, you're being developed. And when it's all said and done, the glory that comes after will far outweigh the pain that came before. Before every public victory, there is a private battle. Before the stage, there is the silence. Before the oil flows, the vessel must be crushed. You want to know why it feels like no one sees you, why your efforts go unnoticed, why your name isn't being called. It's because you're in the season of hiding, not abandonment, not rejection, but divine isolation. Because before God uses you in the open, He develops you in the secret. The wilderness is not a waste, it's a workshop. That dry place, that lonely place, that place where it feels like your prayers are hitting the ceiling, it's the very ground where greatness is being grown. You can't skip this part. You can't rush this process. See, isolation isn't punishment, it's preservation. It's where God protects you from premature exposure. It's where He teaches you to hear His voice without the noise of the crowd. It's where He strengthens your roots so deep that when the winds come later, you won't be shaken. Because if He gave you the platform before you were ready, the weight of it would crush you. So He hides you. He quiets your world. He silences the applause, not to deny you of it, but to detach you from needing it. You learn who you are in the dark. You learn how to be stable, how to be content, how to be obedient, not when everybody is clapping, but when nobody is looking. When no one is affirming you, when no one is cheering you on, that's when your character is being formed. That's when your faith is being tested. That's when your motives are being purified. Because if you can be faithful in obscurity, if you can be disciplined when you feel forgotten, if you can still serve when you feel unseen, then you're ready to carry something sacred. God doesn't anoint crowds, He anoints individuals, and often He does it in caves, in the silence of obscurity, in the stillness of hiding, in the furnace of waiting. Don't despise this season. Don't curse the quiet. This is where the oil is being crushed out of you. This is where the vision is being refined. This is where the noise is removed so that the truth can rise. This is where He teaches you to walk by faith and not by sight. It may feel like you're behind, like you've been overlooked. But the truth is, He's setting you apart. Because what's being formed in the dark will shine bright in the light. And when the time comes, when the preparation is complete, when the maturity has taken root, He will call your name, not because you hustled for it, but because you were faithful in hiding. So don't rush out of the cave. Let the process do its work, because isolation today is the womb of impact tomorrow. What's on your life is too big to be just about you. The weight you carry, the battles you fight, the pressure you feel, it's not only for your benefit. It's not just about your breakthrough, your promotion, your success. What's on your life is generational. It's spiritual. It's kingdom. It's legacy. You were never meant to shine just for yourself. The glory that rests on your shoulders is meant to touch people you'll never meet, to shift atmospheres you'll never enter, to unlock doors for those coming behind you. You've been asking, why me? Why this burden? Why this path? Why these trials? And the answer is because someone is depending on your obedience. Someone is watching how you move through pain. Someone is learning how to keep going because you didn't quit. You think it's small, but heaven sees it as monumental. You think it's just your life, but it's a blueprint for somebody else's freedom. Your faith is building a bridge for those behind you. Your endurance is breaking chains for your children. Your perseverance is planting seeds that generations will harvest. That's why the warfare is so fierce. That's why the enemy keeps coming, not just to stop you, but to silence the sound of your impact, to disconnect you from your assignment, to make you believe that your journey has no meaning. But don't believe the lie. The weight you carry is holy. The assignment on your life is sacred. You're not just carrying problems, you're carrying purpose. You're not just surviving storms, you're setting an example. And when you rise, others rise too. There are people who will only step into their destiny because you had the courage to step into yours. There are lives tied to your yes. Every time you say yes to growth, yes to healing, yes to forgiveness, yes to discipline, you are shifting the course of a bloodline. You are breaking cycles of fear and failure. You are rewriting the narrative. This is bigger than you. So, when you feel tired, when you feel like letting go, remember, there's a generation in your footsteps. There are souls watching how you carry the weight. They don't need your perfection, they need your persistence. They don't need your titles, they need your truth. Be real, be faithful, be consistent, because the glory you carry is designed to overflow. And when that overflow comes, when the oil begins to pour, when the fruit begins to show, it won't just feed you. It will nourish nations. It will revive the weary. It will call the broken back to life. So don't shrink under the pressure. Don't doubt your significance. You've been marked for more, called for greater, anointed not just to stand, but to lead others into the same freedom you found. Because when glory lands, it's never for one. It's always for the many. The enemy isn't fighting you over where you are, he's fighting you over where you're going. Don't get it twisted. The attacks you're facing right now aren't random. That pressure on your mind, that warfare in your home, that heaviness in your spirit, it's not just life happening. It's targeted. It's strategic, because the enemy sees what's ahead of you, even when you don't. He senses the shift. He feels the calling. He knows that if you ever fully step into what's been placed inside of you, you'll become a threat to everything he's tried to build. He's not afraid of your present. He's afraid of your future. He's not concerned about your past mistakes. He's terrified of your potential. That's why he hits you hardest before you break through. That's why the attacks increase when you're on the edge of elevation. Because right on the other side of this storm is the door you've been praying for. Right on the other side of the struggle is the glory you've been called to carry. And if the enemy can distract you, discourage you, or cause you to quit, he wins. But what he didn't count on is that you were built for this. The pressure you're under is proof that there's something valuable inside you. Thieves don't rob empty houses. Enemies don't attack the weak. They come for what's precious, what's powerful, what has potential to change the game. You've got something in you that scares hell. You've got a vision that threatens darkness. You've got a calling that breaks chains. And that's why the enemy's after your mind, after your peace, after your confidence. Because if he can't stop the call, he'll try to stop you from believing in it. But here's the good news. The very thing he's using to try and stop you is the thing God is using to strengthen you. What was meant to break you is building you. What was sent to bury you is actually birthing something greater in you. And while the enemy is busy plotting your defeat, heaven is busy preparing your promotion. Every battle has a purpose. Every setback is setting you up. Every delay is a setup for destiny. So stand firm, keep walking, keep praying, keep declaring. Don't let what you see make you forget what God said. Don't let the warfare confuse you about the weight of what you carry. You're not just in a fight. You're in transition. You're moving from one level to another. And with every level comes a new devil. But also a new strength, a new anointing, a new revelation. So don't you dare back down now. What's coming is worth every tear, every test, every trial. The enemy may have seen your future, but he made one mistake. He let you live long enough to step into it. And when you rise, you won't rise empty. You'll rise with power. You'll rise with authority. You'll rise with the kind of glory that only comes from enduring the battle. You didn't survive just to survive. You didn't make it through the fire just to sit in the ashes. You are still here for a reason. That breath in your body, that beat in your chest, it's not an accident. It's evidence, proof that purpose is still in motion. You've walked through things that should have taken you out. You've endured storms that made others quit. You've cried tears in silence that no one saw, but you kept going, and that's strength, the kind that rises when everything else falls. That's the mark of someone being prepared for more. Survival is not weakness. It's not defeat. It's power in motion. It's the sign that your story isn't over, that your scars have become symbols of endurance. Every blow you took, every betrayal you faced, every door that slammed in your face didn't stop you. It shaped you. The fact that you're still standing means you've got the grit to handle where you're going. You didn't just survive. You outlasted. And that's something the enemy can't stand, because you're still here, still believing, still moving, still growing. See, people may see the outside, but they don't know what it took for you to show up. They don't know the nights you had to talk yourself out of quitting. They don't know the battles you fought within your own mind just to smile, just to function, just to believe again. But you did, and that's why survival isn't just about what happened to you. It's about what didn't. It didn't kill your hope. It didn't steal your vision. It didn't erase your purpose. You held on. There's a kind of strength that doesn't come from lifting weight. It comes from carrying pain. It comes from facing disappointment and still loving, from being knocked down and getting back up, from being rejected and still believing in yourself. That kind of strength can't be taught in classrooms. It's forged in the furnace of affliction, and you've got it. Whether you see it or not, whether you feel it or not, you've already proven your strength by making it this far. Now it's time to rise from survival into significance. You didn't survive just to hide. You didn't make it through just to sit on the sideline. There's more in you, and the world needs what you carry. Somebody's waiting for your story. Somebody's healing is on the other side of your testimony. You made it so you could make a difference. So shake off the shame, the doubt, the fear. You've got nothing to prove and everything to give. The next chapter of your life will not be written in pain. It will be written in power, because survival was the preparation, but glory is the destination. So walk in it, own it, live like someone who's been through the fire and came out carrying the flame. Because if you survived it, you're strong enough to lead with it. Let the world see the light that only comes from someone who refused to give up.